just from my perspective of being, an amateur photographer, it's challenging to come and take pictures with a professional. It's a bit intimidating, but otherwise wasn't really too concerned about the actual taking of the pictures.
Usually the biggest fear is just not understanding what's being taught and not being able to remember like the different terminology being used and how to apply it to the photography, like how to create the portraits that I'm looking for, like not understanding how to apply all the knowledge that was being provided today.
My fears were that I wouldn't be able to apply what I learned on my own camera and that they wouldn't come out the way that I wanted to.
I was sitting on my phone one night going through Facebook and your spot popped up, or your site that said that you were having this this session, and I thought, oh, I want to be a part of that. And, beyond that, I've followed your photography and I've really, really enjoyed your photography. So as soon as I saw that opportunity, I thought, I'd best take this.
That was the easy part because I've been following your work for quite some time now, and so when I saw that there was an opportunity to have this type of learning environment today, and with the subject matter being equine portraiture, that was an easy thing for me to decide on. Just knowing that you would be teaching this because this is your field of expertise.
I wanted to learn more about photography because at school I didn't feel that it was very helpful. Like in your class today, it was taught like more in a smaller group, and it was more of a one-on-one.
I think you provided a really relaxed environment, and I enjoyed the small group, especially. I think when I first signed up, I was expecting 10 or 15 people. I've been through other photography courses before, and I was quite pleasantly surprised to find out there were only 6. And I think that was probably, for me, a highlight.
Basically, for me, it was your personal touch, like your ability to go to each of us and provide the additional hands-on learning and explain things in more detail, like when you could look at each of our cameras and point out, where the different settings were and how to apply the knowledge that you were teaching with our own cameras was really helpful.
You taught more of like a one-on-one, so it was very helpful. Also, just the environment, it was very comfortable.
I think what I liked about your teaching style was that it was very relaxed. It was small group. You could stop and ask a question. I also enjoyed, that it wasn't this use of overheads and, it wasn't a really formal room or anything. It was just a very comfortable atmosphere to learn in. And I liked the way you broke the day up with the morning being all theory and then the afternoon going out and actually doing what we, practicing what we learned, I guess.
It was about a lot of things. It was about the environment. So being that this was hosted in a home today, in a farmhouse, so it's a more natural setting than like a library or a studio somewhere, which would have felt very artificial. It's more relaxing in this type of environment. And then just the way the day was structured, with the way the morning was set up, with explaining all the exposure triangle and all the different technical, the terminology and all of those sorts of things. It was nice to learn those things one piece at a time and be able to apply it by taking photos after each segment was taught, and then to break for lunch and then go out and have that hands-on learning outside with our cameras was very helpful.
So like in the beginning, it was more of like the theory, and then in the afternoon we actually got to do it on our own camera. which was really great.
Because I love your photography. And I think it was a really good format to learn in. And I think for what you get on the day, I think the price is right as well.
I recommend you because, again, because I've seen a lot of your work and I've been following your career, and I know that you're one of the best out there, and I know that you know what you're talking about and that you're not faking your knowledge. It shines through in all of your explanations.
I would recommend you because just your style is really easygoing and it's not boring like in a classroom setting. Like the environment that you teach in is really nice, and just like the atmosphere of the group in general is really great.
I think what I really enjoyed about the day too is we had lots and lots of one-on-one attention. And I think in bigger groups you're not going to get that, nor are you going to get that in a classroom setting. I think that was really worthwhile.
I think overall it was just a really fun day. And again, because the size of this class was nice and small, and it was laid back and relaxed, and we had an opportunity to interact with each other and interact with the animals on site and enjoy a nice lunch together and then go spend some time in fresh air. It was really nice. It was a good way to spend the day.
I really like the environment, just being able to also interact with animals and also being able to learn from other people and to ask questions and just to see what other photographers are doing and their skill levels.